Welcome everyone to awkward sparkling conservative episodes. So obviously I'm recording this September 13th. We all know what happened on September 10th regarding Charlie Kirk and the Evergreen shooting, which I think I'm going to do a separate video on, because this one I really get uncomfortable with how us on the right are handling the Charlie Kirk situation. I think all of that with him is tragic. I don't want to diminish that. But I don't think how we're reacting to other people on the internet is correct. And y'all will probably hate me for this episode, and I don't care, because hear me out, watch through the entire thing, and I think hopefully it makes you realize that, oh wait, that might actually make sense. And again, I'm just gonna be honest, this is a very hot take, and I just think that we need to focus on something different than what we have been. And trying to react to these people on the internet, I think, could come back to bite us in multiple ways. So if you haven't picked it up yet, I'm talking about the calls to get people fired. And I don't think that that's the correct mentality, because, again, I just don't think targeting people for what's arguably in a lot of these cases protected free speech. I know you can make the argument that First Amendment is the government can't make laws that shut people up, etc., and that the internet's not the government. I get that. But I also think that in today's society, the internet is an extension of the public square, which is where the freedom of speech came in, where you could go say anything. And again, this disgusts me to say, but I think in most of these cases that I'm about to walk through, I do think that it was kind of okay for what the person said, and for us on the right to target them and say, no, you should be fired, and locating their employers, locating their LinkedIns, doing all of this, I don't think is okay. And I think it sets a bad precedence. So again, if you think this is okay, great, click off this video now. If I've piqued your interest, continue to watch it. We're going to just watch through and click through a few things. Libs of TikTok is huge on this, and I actually love Libs of TikTok. I follow them daily, see all their content, and they do an amazing job. But I think in this case, they're perpetuating something wrong. And as we go through this, I'll explain more point to point why I think this is wrong. And I do think there are a few valid cases. If you're not aware, there's the Office Depot incident, which I've got the video of what happened and the response. So we're going to look at that one. But then there's a lot of these in academia that I'm not going to show, because I do think that while those should be protected, I think the whole politics in school, again, I might do a separate video. I might even film it right after this one. I'm not decided yet, but I think that's a different thing. So I just want to kind of dig into this, and we're going to just see. And like I said, I know this is going to be a hot take. I'll probably get more viewers from the left than the right that would agree with me. And I'll also go as far as saying I never met Charlie Kirk, obviously, but I don't think, based on the videos I saw and his mission of peacefully debating people, I don't think he'd want people being fired, losing their job, losing their livelihoods because of their stances. And yes, I understand if they're calling for violence, then totally different. Still shouldn't be fired. They should be investigated by FBI, local, state, whatever agency or body, they shouldn't be fired. But again, we're just going to dive in here and see how this goes, because this video right here is the one that kind of triggered me, and I'm only going to play like a brief second of it because the joy on this influencer's face, it kind of made me sick at the gym today when I saw it. So obviously we see here official tracker, the current number of lunatics that lost their jobs from celebrating Charlie Kirk's assassination is 173. This was posted 15 hours ago as of the recording of this video. So who knows what that number actually is. I don't know if this number is accurate. The comments, I'm not going to show comments on Instagram videos I'm sharing like this one, just because sometimes the names are a little more visual and I don't want to defeat my point on this video. On the X ones I will be, but again, a lot of those are more masked. And the comment on this from the creator is, anyone celebrating Charlie Kirk's death should not have a public-facing job. If there was ever a time for cancel culture, this is it. So, want to watch this, and then I'm going to give my thoughts on that statement.
173 of you have been fired already.
You may scrub floors to earn your bread, but nothing more.
So, again, I guess I just watched the whole video. It's short and can even click in time. But, again, cancel culture for 8 years. We have been the party saying cancel culture is wrong, and we've been the ones targeted by cancel culture. And I worked a past job where I didn't feel I could be me. We had meetings that left me very uncomfortable. We had a DEI lending library that was very arguably racist. So the leftism in culture is still strong. And with the whole cancel culture, I think as we're pushing now for terminate these people because they're saying something bad about Charlie Kirk, I don't appreciate that. So we're going to jump over here to X. Okay, so over here on X, we have just one of these. And this is where I think it gets a little bit tricky. So this one is obviously a military service member. And again, for a guy that hates gay people so much, he sure took a hot load to the throat like a champ. I don't know. This is pretty disgusting. The original comment was along the lines of, you think public assassinations are funny? This person responds, for a guy that hates gay people so much, took a load. And then we have, well, that's my limit with you. I never condone unfriending people over politics, but you have been granted the honor of my first. Okay, fine. Unfriend people all you want. But where I have a problem with this is calling out the Secretary of War and trying to get the guy court-martialed, because then down here we have Good Morning U.S. Marine Corps and SecNav. Is this one of your NCOs? Called him out by name. I will not say names. Publicly mocking and laughing at the murder of Charlie Kirk. Again, whatever. If this person is not actively in uniform and not speaking officially, I do, disgusting as it is, think this is covered under First Amendment speech. And that brings me to our next one, which is, yet again, this one is a school case, because I wanted to highlight this, even though it's school and I said I wasn't going to, because here we go. Libs of TikTok, again, great group. So basically, you're doing nothing. These 2 teachers need to be fired at the school and their phone number. Again, showing this, I know it doesn't hide it. I'm not going to go through, edit, mask this. This is all available. Libs of TikTok will not take this down. I'm not going to edit and gray things out. But what these 2 teachers or administrators or whatever said, first one, I can't think of many people more deserving of a GSW. If you don't know what that is, look it up. To the neck. Okay, fine. Again, not okay. But freedom of speech, as long as this person's not representing the school, not on the clock saying this, I count this as freedom of speech. Same thing here, which, let me adjust. So I've watched the video over and over like 50 times by now, and not the far away video, the close-up video. Love every fraction of a second of it, and it gets better every time I watch. Okay, that's pretty disgusting. I'm, again, not gonna lie, but same thing I just said. So, okay. But then the school's response, and this is where people are freaking out. The Clark County School District is a beautiful, diverse community. Our top priority is to educate students, prepare them for their future. Part of this work is molding kids' values, etc. My heart is with all those whose lives have been forever changed by senseless violence. As your superintendent, but also as a mom, I ask that we all reflect on the kind of community we want to be and reaffirm our commitment to uplifting one another with kindness. Thank you for your ongoing partnership in this important work. And guess what? I kind of think the school handled it right. I mean, I'm hoping they investigated. I'm hoping they said, you know what? This is not okay. They might have disciplined the teachers behind the scenes. But again, if these teachers were acting on their own, then okay. That's okay with me. So, great. So now let's look at yet another one of these. And again, I do promise I'm going to get to where I think this is acceptable and justified. But I want to just look at yet another one where it's not okay that they were calling him out. So let's swap back over. Awesome. So again, here we have Andrew Blanks. We have his a developer at a company is begging to be fired and challenged me to get him fired after he celebrated Charlie's would be a shame if he got his wish, his employer's contact information. And again, I looked up this company. First off, Spokane, Washington. You know what side of the political aisle this company is on. You know what kind of people they're going to have. But this company is also a digital studio. So they do a whole bunch of digital, creative, etc. But this guy here, do not mourn the loss of a fascist. Why are you lamenting over the loss of a... can't say that word on YouTube. It's not a horrific to silence up at Libs of TikTok. This is their real name, if you didn't know. Come find my employers and sick your rabid, racist followers on me. Try it. I dare you. Do it. Right there. This is the biggest point I'm trying to make here. Because if this person gets fired, which don't know if he was, I just don't know if he was. But here's the deal. Freedom of speech, again, I'm presuming he's not on the clock. He's clearly not speaking on behalf of his employer. He's just exercising his freedom of speech, which we have in America. If you're not tracking Germany and the UK, this is what the right is pushing for now, is this destruction of that. And in the event right now, I do think that we're acting rabid. I don't think we're racist for this, but I think we're acting rabid, trying to attack all of these people. And it's making us, A, no better than what they've been doing for the last few years, but B, all we're achieving with this is giving them ammunition to say, oh yeah, look how horrible the right is. They are racist. They are bigots. They got me fired. They're the ones who claim Trump is protecting democracy, which he is. But us going out and saying these people need to be fired is not protecting democracy. That's degrading it. I mean, we've said, I've personally said at least, that those who are attacking us, trying to get us fired, that is the slippery slope of destroying democracy. And besides that, if these people get fired, which, again, we might have 170 plus, I don't know, I'm not fact checking that number, but if there's 170 plus of these in 3 days, with one of those days being a weekend day, that's bad in a whole lot of ways. Because in a sec, I'm going to show you a reaction video of one of these people, and not only does it push them onto the unemployment system, which means now us as taxpayers are supporting them, it does also prove their point about, hey, these people are so bad, they got me fired. And for a microscopically small handful, even if it's 1 or 2 of a million, it creates a increased risk of them losing a stability and puts a risk out there of them taking adverse actions that led to the events on the 10th, that lead to violence and all of that. So I don't think that calling to get them fired and efforts to destroy their lives is the right call, because it will make things worse. And this next video I'm going to show is a case of that. This person, I don't think is in the best headspace. I always question that, though, because if he takes the time to record the reaction, there's that aspect. But it's still not the best headspace. And I don't think that it's good that he was fired. This is one I could not find his original post. I could not find a lot of the details surrounding it. But I just don't think it's correct. I'm going to also issue a headphone warning on this one. Just because he is screaming, he's freaking out. But I just want to warn you on that. I'm going to do what I can to kind of lower the volume on my side, but I can't promise anything, so you may want to take headphones out or turn down the volume on your computer. Okay, again, headphone warning, but here we go.
I was just fired from my fucking job! I was just fired from my fucking job! Now I have nothing but this! I have nothing but this website! I have nothing anymore!
So, to start, again, language warning, sorry, but I have nothing but this website anymore. I don't know what website he's talking about. It might be his TikTok. It might be, who knows. But again, if you're pushing him onto the internet, it's going to be an echo chamber. His is going to be all left-wing propaganda, etc. That's going to go very bad.
I have nothing! I have nothing anymore! I have nothing anymore! I have nothing anymore! I have nothing anymore! Ah!
So we can already see could have possible violent tendencies. Yeah. And that's enough of that. I'm not going to continue to look at that one. But again, some of these comments, I'm not going to show them. I'll read them. The OP basically said the leaked footage shows moment a left-wing nutter finds out he lost his job after celebrating Charlie Kirk's. And again, I don't think this is really leaked, that this guy posted this. There's no way this is leaked. Like, the camera angle and stuff, there's no way this was leaked. He posted this. But some of these other ones put this guy on an FBI watch list. Why? He spoke out. Pronouns are un/employed. Kind of funny, but still, whatever. 4 teachers from my childhood school district are under investigation and possibly facing termination. Again, no. These people are allowed to vote, ladies and gentlemen. It just goes on, and it feels just as toxic as the left, and it just keeps going. Here's one of the best ones. Thank you, Jesus. May every person that mocked him feel your wrath. Again, truly, based on everything I saw about Charlie Kirk, I don't think he'd want that comment. I don't think he'd want any of this. But that's all the when it shouldn't be done. Note, as far as I can tell, none of these were on company time. They were not in company uniform, etc. They were acting outside of their employers. But we know of a very well case about when they were acting on the company's behalf, and that is with Office Depot. Okay, so again, we're back here with Libs of TikTok. Holy crap, a customer put in an order and paid for a poster for a visual for Charlie at Office Depot, refused to print it because they said it's propaganda. WTF, Office Depot. And I mean, you see the receipt. They probably ordered this online, submitted the graphic. I've done it a few times. And then we have the Charlie Kirk poster, or the alleged poster. I have no reason to say it wasn't. But we're just going to watch this one through and then talk about this and Office Depot's response.
Thank you. So, we came in for an order earlier to print a poster for a vigil tonight.
Yeah, so
for
we
somebody
don't print
that passed.
propaganda.
It's not
It's propaganda. I'm sorry, we don't print that here.
Alrighty. So, what's your name?
Farrell, I'm print supervisor.
I'm one of the managers,
Yes.
so unfortunately, we do
So
not
they
print,
say they don't print
we don't
political
print
propaganda.
No.
So this is somebody that passed away a couple years
That's
ago. from a
political
bullet.
propaganda, unfortunately. I'm
So
sorry.
this is for a prayer tonight, for a prayer vigil.
It's still propaganda, unfortunately.
I printed
What
other
makes it
things.
propaganda?
Because he's a political figure, and I don't have to.
Correct.
Yeah.
Our general manager is going to be in on Monday. If you
No,
want to
it's
speak
totally
further
okay.
on
No.
this.
Okay, so first off, I do question what made these people start recording. I don't know what led up to this, and that's part of the problem with the internet is you never know what leads up to these things. This person quasi in the wrong because they're in uniform. They're officially on the clock, we're assuming. They might be on a break, but they're officially on the clock because they're interacting with the customer, in my opinion. And they're just refusing to print a poster for a visual. I've seen unsubstantiated comments that said that this same store printed stuff for No Kings marches and possibly even BLM. Those are unconfirmed, so who knows? But again, it is what it is, and these people reacted, and Office Depot came out and said, "We are deeply concerned by the incident that occurred at store 3382 in Michigan. The behavior displayed by the associates completely unacceptable and insensitive, violates our company policies, and does not reflect the values we uphold at Office Depot. We sincerely apologize to the customer affected and to our community for this regrettable situation." Upon learning of the incident, we immediately reached out to the customer and addressed their concerns, and to seek to fulfill their order to their satisfaction. I'm betting you that this was too little too late because the vigil had a set date, but whatever. We also launched an internal investigation, and as a result, the associate involved is no longer with our organization. We are committed to reinforcing training with all employee members to ensure our standards of respect, integrity, and customer service are upheld at every location. Our customers and community deserve nothing less. So the comments on here devolve into, oh, well, why only the associate when there's 3 in the video, etc. We don't know which one was actually fired or if it was multiple and they just said the associate. We don't know. And they could be still investigating. Like, it could have been the print department manager who refused to do the print. The manager of the store just said, yep, I support my people. As a manager myself, I think that's actually the correct method if your people are being filmed and all that. Again, I don't know. And the third person just in the background was just standing there. She never said anything. She never interacted. So I don't know all the circumstances. Again, we don't know what led up to this when the video cut off. We don't know what happened after that. So we can only take that 40-second snippet of time to see what this was. So I do think this case, Office Depot was correct to fire these people. In all the other cases, except possibly the military case, because there's the argument that you're always representing your branch and the military, that one I can get behind 50%. That one I'm on the fence about. But Office Depot, I support 100%. The others, I really don't support them being fired because, again, presuming it wasn't on company time, wasn't all these other factors, it's freedom of speech. Despicable, disgusting freedom of speech, but it's still freedom of speech, and that's what sets America apart and what Charlie Kirk did. I mean, if you look at his videos and you hear some of the debates, the only one I saw where he really kind of said, hey, can you change your language, was person came out and immediately was dropping F-bombs and just very crass language, which I use, but I use it in the correct circumstance. And Charlie Kirk then justified and said, hey, change your language because there's young people here and let's be civil. When the person didn't, that's when he said, hey, the audience wants to move on to another question. But that was the most shutdown of free speech that I could find of Charlie Kirk. And again, I don't think in his memory we'd want 170 plus people fired and to make cancel culture worse. So again, I look at this as we shouldn't be trying to get these people fired. It makes us no better than the left has been historically. And I think that right now, America is on a teetering, possibly tipping point, and I don't think this is going to help by any means. I think this makes it worse. And as we go through all this, I just don't like the path that us on the right are taking with this, and I think this is going to empower the left more than we're thinking. I think that if these people were never voters, they're going to mobilize. They're going to echo chamber this. It's going to make things a lot worse, and we don't know how bad it's going to make it yet because it's just now happening. So just before you comment, hey, yes, fire these people, this is horrible, just rethink it. I mean, all for commenting it. I don't want to shut down your freedom of speech, but just comment, hey, that's a disgusting comment, period. No need to do the internet thing and find these people on LinkedIn and all these other services and get them doxxed. I mean, nobody wants that. If the shoes were on the other feet, would you want that to happen to you? So just think about it that way. So again, I know this is a hot take, and I know a lot of people probably will disagree, but if you found something you liked in this, please like, subscribe, and no matter your thoughts, leave a comment down below. Let's see what we can do, and just see what we can do with this, because like I said, it's a hot take for sure, but I'd love to see your thoughts on it, especially if you made it through and kind of got the points I was trying to make. So have a great day, y'all. Like, subscribe, comment, and talk to y'all later.